All right, Tombill. This is a story that we talked about, I think, a little over 6 months ago. It's an exploration story in Ontario in the Geraldton camp. It's right next to the Hard Rock project, which is now being moved forward by Equinox. Hard Rock is an amazing deposit. You can see up in the upper right-hand corner the pit that's been proposed or planned for the Hard Rock, the near-surface stuff at Hard Rock. But you can also see a long string, a corridor of mineralization extending to the left, and that is what we call the F zone. It just so happens that the strike of that thing, what's shown by the green arrow there, is about 6 million ounces measured, indicated, and inferred. That's a very, very big deposit, guys. And that thing hits the Tombill property right where that dash line is, and it appears to keep going. Now, the company had a bit of a struggle because the first holes they drilled, which were right against the property boundary line, encountered some faults. They encountered a dike. There was clearly something disrupting the rocks there. It was very frustrating, I must say. I watched the geologists, who are very smart guys, who drilled out Hard Rock. These, like Tim Toomey is from the Hard Rock camp, so he's moved over to Tombill, and he's leading exploration here. And this was a bit of a headbang for everyone for a while, but they figured it out, and they commenced drilling a new hole, hole 5, which did successfully intersect the bottom part of the F zone. It hit 6.23 grams of gold over 13.3 meters. All right, this very typical grade for this F zone. All right, now the F zone is about 100 meters tall. It's an orogenic system. It's about 100 meters tall, and it's fairly uniform grade. It runs about 6 or 7 grams. That resource that I mentioned earlier is about this grade. They are drilling a wedge hole, that dash line that you can see, which will likely hit the F zone a bit higher. I think soon we will have an intercept through the F zone that gives us a better picture of what we have here. But it does look like we found it, and we're very excited about that because it's wide open to the west. It's wide open for at least 3 kilometers. Okay, now the other thing the company is doing is they've set about doing near surface work. They did magnetics, and they can see areas where the rocks are folded, in particular where the fold hinge, where the rocks loop back on themselves. There's a bit of what we call destructive pattern there, like textures diminished. The magnetism is diminished. Well, that's often a sign of hydrothermal alteration. So we're quite excited about the prospect that there are multiple new near-surface targets on the property, much like those next door at Hard Rock. We think we will find new near-surface deposits in addition to this deep F zone target that we have that's very robust. So this is a great story. I think that if the company demonstrates this F zone is there, they demonstrate there's other deposits near surface, it's a natural fit for acquisition. It's right next to what's going to be one of Canada's biggest mines that's being built at the present. All right, so very good story, very good thesis here, and it finally has delivered proof of that F zone.